This is Apple Music One. I am Nadeska, and right now we're catching up with Tiwa Savage. Her fourth album, Celia, is out now. Congratulations.
Woo! I'm
Hey.
just trying to add my own little soundtrack.
Don't worry, we're gonna have to drop some air horns on that one for you when we run this back. Look, congratulations. It's a great
Thank
album.
you.
And
Thank you.
it is named after your mom, Celia. So I have to ask, what is your mom like?
Yes. My mom is amazing. She's a lot like me, or I'm a lot like her, I should say. She's very reserved, she's a bit shy, but on the other hand, she's also so powerful, so hardworking. Like, she's very smart. And so even though she's shy and she's reserved, she's also very like determined. Like, you could tell, like, if she says no, that just means no. Like, with her calm, high pitched voice like mine, but it has so much, like, I don't know, ginger behind it. Like,
So why did you decide to dedicate this album to her?
because of some of the qualities I've just described about her. Like, she to me is like, because I wanted this album to celebrate a woman of color, African woman, or just women in general. And I was thinking for a long time, like, what's the right title? Who's that woman to me that is like traditional but still very exposed? Someone who's powerful but vulnerable, that just, embodies all those things that we as women embody. And she was the only person I could think of. Plus, she was literally the only person at one point that was really supportive of me going into music when so many people were like, that's crazy. Like, she's never going to make it. Like, there's so many people that want to do music. Like, just forget it. And she was adamant, like, no, I'm gonna support her. So I'm also paying homage to her, because without that support and her prayers, I probably won't be doing this interview. So
And you brought up something interested. I wonder, to you, what is sort of the modern African woman like? There are just so many talented African female artists making such great music. And I've had conversations with a few of them who say that, they sometimes feel pressure to exist within this traditional structure and they don't feel like it's necessary. So they feel like they're always pushing and slowly chipping away at those traditions, while of course still being very respectful of the culture that raised them. So how do you feel about it?
exactly the same. And I feel like, even not just for musicians, if you are a model or a fashion designer or an actress or whatever, or just an African woman, I think we're all experiencing that. And so Celia isn't trying to replace the old African woman. She's an extension of her. So Celia's just that modern African woman who's, traveled to India, to like America, to the UK, and is still wants to respect the values, because African values are actually, to me, they're amazing. But she also wants to add what she's learned, along the way, traveling and being on social media and meeting people that she probably would never have met, in other countries around the world.
The vibe of the album is really amazing. And to me, the rise of Afrobeats over the past few years has been so cool to watch. And I'm wondering, as a musician and just as a Nigerian, how it's been for you watching Afrobeats rise compared to when you were growing up in London, for example.
Oh yeah, like, honestly, growing up in London, I was bullied and teased for being African, and I would always try and like pretend like I was like Jamaican or something, or someone from the Caribbean, and it wasn't cool. So to see it now being the coolest thing, literally, not just even music, but just, the culture, the dancing, the fashion, and even different projects coming out, like Black Panther and Black is King by Beyonce, like all of that, and just seeing how they're celebrating Africa is amazing. For me, it's even extra special because I'm a female doing Afrobeat, and it's just like, wow, like, it's so dominated by male artists, and just to see how the doors are opening up so much for music from female artists, and the audience wanting to hear Afrobeat from a female perspective, to me, it's just incredible.
You worked on the Beyonce project, you were on the soundtrack for The Gift, you were in Black is King. How important is it, do you think, to have projects like that that really connect people like me here in the States or in the Caribbean back to Africa?
I think that the narrative and the story has to be rewritten by us. I think a lot of time our history and our story has been written by people who aren't us, and now is the time for us to rewrite it and put the truth in it and reunite with ourselves. It's crazy because I feel like a lot of times we see ourselves as different. We see, if you're an African American, you don't really see yourself as an African or a Caribbean, or you don't. We don't connect the dots, and we are literally brothers and sisters. And this movement is really important in connecting us. Like, you can even hear sonically how, Afrobeat has elements that sometimes it borders like dance hall. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's not because anyone's stealing anyone's sound. That's just because we literally are all from the same place, and it's important for us to reconnect. Like you said, I think this is bigger than just the music. I think the music is the stepping stone to something there's going to be a bigger revolution for people of color around the world.
Obviously Afrobeats is important to you, but also you are a big fan of blending R&B and soul into your music. Like, what is your relationship with R&B like? When did you fall in love with this genre?
Oh my God! I feel like, remember that movie? Was it which one? Which one is it when he said, "When did you fall in love with hip hop"? You know that black movie. What's it called? It's
Oh
Sanaa
yeah, I'm
Lathan.
blanking on the
Yeah,
name right
yeah.
now.
I can't remember. But when did I fall in love with R&B? I think when I moved to the UK. I think I must have been about, I don't even know. I can't remember, but it was the era of like Tevin Campbell, like, and SWV and Jade, and like, yeah, those type of people. I was like, who are these fly as hell people? Like, they were amazing. And then I got introduced to Brandy, and it was game over. Like,
Ooh.
I then Brandy was just, I don't know, it's just something about her voice and the braids and just how she dressed and everything. And I was totally sold on her, just everything. And then Full Moon album came out, and I was done.
So growing up, you fall in love with R&B, and has it been easy for you to seamlessly blend those elements of R&B and soul into your music?
Yes, I mean, I didn't even think about it. It just naturally happened. Like, so I would get like a beat or a track or something, and my top line usually sounds very R&B. My lyrics are, Pidgin or Yoruba, my native language, or sometimes I put Igbo or whatever. But yeah, usually like my comfort zone is just R&B top line, R&B soulful top lines, especially my harmonies and my backups.
So for example, Bombay featuring Stefflon Don and Dice, did you sort of, when you're putting those records together, is it the same as with Sam Smith? You just envision them being the right fit for the record?
Yes, so the one with Bombay with Dice again was pretty much done, and I hit up Steph and I was just like, "Yo, sis, there's this record," because I just wanted Steph on my album regardless. I don't care if we like both farted on it or whatever. I was just like, I just want you on my, I just want you on my project because I just love her energy. I love her spirit, and we're cool. We're like, really good friends. So when I hit her up, she was just like, send it to me, and I sent it to her. And literally, she's such a sweetheart. She was like, yo, I love this record, and she literally like in a couple of days went in, killed it. Sent it back, and I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to go back and redo my verse.
Hey, isn't that cheating? I thought only rappers did that. I guess
No.
it's your album. I guess you could do whatever you want. Congratulations on the album. I'm excited for your mom to hear it. I hope you get to sit in a room with her and listen listen to
I
it
think she's heard. I think
together.
she's heard it by now. She's heard it. Yeah.
We need the
I've
mom
sent her a
reactions though. We
private
need
link.
the a private link. Okay. All right. So we got to hear it the same way. All right. Oh man.
Yeah.
Tiwa Savage, the new album is called Celia, and that is streaming right now on Apple Music.